봤죠? 먹어보니 어땠어요?
마카다미아 하얀 속살이 부드럽고 고소했어요. 하루에 3번은 먹어요.
먹어보니 또 먹고 싶네.
Instinct.
나의 본능.
My instinct. Nothing is stronger than instinct.
본능보다 강한 게 있을까요?
휘발유의 본능 이맥스. 강한 휘발유 이맥스. 휘발유의 본능을 깨운다. 한화 휘발유 이맥스.
강한 걸로 주세요.
If you love the fast lane, if the train to go slow, want him to follow you wherever you go. You're so Charlie, you're a Charlie girl, so Charlie.
There's only one fragrance to wear when you're living in the fast lane, and that's Charlie.
The more you tease, the more you please. You're so Charlie, you're a Charlie girl.
Charlie, fragrance for the fast lane.
What kind of day is your hair having? Will it need a light shampoo or really deep cleaning?
Sometimes you need a little finesse, sometimes you need a lot.
Introducing Finesse Shampoo. It's activated by the amount of dirt and oil in your hair, so it cleans deep on the days you need it, gently on the days you don't, without drying, without over-cleaning.
Sometimes you need a little finesse, sometimes you need a lot.
Changed your mind?
Diet Sprite with the great taste of lime.
Change your mind about me. Oh, you changed your mind about your hair.
Clear Light Diet Sprite when you want to change.
I like it. It's different. I like it.
What was the nature of your relationship with him?
I like men who give me pleasure. It's nice.
Why watch the old ones, where you can watch the most recent movies first? Film One, the best movies first.
Is she a suspect?
She's a suspect.
You like playing games, don't you?
Games are fun.
Beyond passion,
She was the last person seen with the guy.
I didn't kill him.
beyond pleasure,
You're in over your head.
I like it.
Stay away from her. Freeze!
lies an even deadlier instinct.
You are out of control, Kern.
You'll just fall in love with me.
I'm in love with you already, but I'll nail you anyway.
Basic Instinct, rated R, starts Friday, March 20th at a theater near you.
안녕하세요, 미저씨입니다. 한국 제목은 원초적 본능이고 원래 제목은 베이직 인스팅이죠. 저는 베이직 인스팅이 더 익숙합니다. 이 영화가 나오자마자 저는 학교 끝나자마자 친구 5명이랑 보러 갔던 기억이 납니다. 뭐 다른 건 잘 기억이 안 나고 취조실에서의 샤론 스톤 누님의 섹시한 다리와 넙대대한 얼굴에 안경 쓴 아저씨밖에 생각이 안 납니다. 시간이 흐른 뒤 감독판이 나와서 다시 한번 봤는데 생각보다 크게 달라진 점이 없어서 조금 실망했던 기억도 나네요. 그때는 왜 샤론 스톤 누님이 이 영화 전에 크게 뜨지 못했을까 궁금했는데 이 작품을 계기로 완전히 스타가 됐죠. 우리의 샤론 스톤을 슈퍼스타로 만든 영화 베이직 인스팅 원초적 본능 지금 시작합니다. 렛츠 고! 이 영화의 시작은 작가 조 에스터하즈에게서 비롯됩니다. 그는 플래시댄스와 재킷 에지를 연달아 성공시키며 몸값이 크게 오른 시기였습니다. 그런 그는 단 13일 만에 다음 영화의 각본을 완성하는데 제목은 Love Hurts였습니다. 이 각본을 두고 여러 영화사가 경매하듯 경쟁하며 웃돈을 얹어가며 확보하려고 했고 결국 승자는 캐로코였습니다. 무려 300만 달러의 베이직 인스팅의 각본을 사들인 것이죠. 그런데 조 에스터하즈는 각본을 페덱스로 보내기 직전 제목을 베이직 인스팅 원초적 본능으로 바꿉니다. 이 작품이 대박이 날 것을 본능적으로 느꼈던 걸까요? 작가 조 에스터하즈와 제작자 어린 윙클러는 아마데우스로 유명한 밀로스 포먼을 감독으로 원했습니다. 하지만 포먼 감독은 당시 휴가 중이어서 대본을 받은 뒤 읽고 다시 연락해 연출을 맡겠다고 했을 때는 이미 늦은 상황이었습니다. 캐로커가 전작 토탈 리콜의 감독인 퍼 버번을 이미 낙점하고 계약까지 마친 뒤였기 때문입니다. 이후 퍼 버번 감독은 대본 수정을 원했지만 조 에스터하즈는 이를 강하게 반대했습니다. 특히 버번 감독이 레즈비언 정사 장면을 추가하려 하자 작가는 이를 끝까지 거부했습니다. 이 갈등 끝에 조 에스터하즈와 어린 윙클러는 결국 이 프로젝트에서 손을 떼게 됩니다. 그래서 감독 퍼 버번은 전작 토탈 리콜의 작가인 게리 골먼에게 각본 수정을 맡깁니다. 하지만 고치면 고칠수록 이야기가 오히려 수렁으로 빠지는 느낌이 들었습니다. 결국 5번째 드래프트에서는 방향을 바꿔 원래 조 에스터하즈의 비전을 최대한 유지하고 몇몇 장면만 추가하기로 결정합니다. 그 결과 최종적으로 이 영화의 각본가는 조 에스터하즈 한 사람의 이름만 남게 됩니다. 남자 주인공 닉 커런 역에는 원래 해리슨 포드가 1순위였다고 합니다. 하지만 그는 이 작품을 너무 B급 에로 영화처럼 보인다며 거절했죠.
Don't worry. This is kids' play. I'll be right back.
이후에도 케빈 커스너, 리처드 기어, 멜 깁슨, 실베스터 스탈론, 브루스 윌리스 같은 당대 A급 톱스타들이 줄줄이 고사합니다. 그런데 단 한 명, 조건만 맞는다면 하겠다고 나선 배우가 있었습니다. 바로 마이클 더글라스였죠. 그의 소속사가 집요하게 밀어붙인 끝에 제작자 캐로커는 더 이상 남자 배우를 놓칠 수 없다고 판단해 결국 출연료를 맞춰줬다고 합니다. 그 금액이 무려 1,400만 달러, 당시 약 202억 원이었습니다. 와, 대단하죠? 하지만 더 큰 문제는 여주인공 캐스팅이었습니다. 1순위였던 미셸 파이퍼는 노출과 정사신이 많다는 이유로 거절했고 이후 킴 베싱어, 줄리아 로버츠, 지나 데이비스, 캐틀린 터너 등 무려 12명의 배우들이 연이어 고사를 합니다. 결국 감독 퍼 베어번은 자신의 1순위였던 샤론 스톤을 다시 밀어붙입니다. 전작 토탈 리콜에서 보여준 사랑스러운 아내에서 냉혹한 킬러로 돌변했던 모습이 캐틀린 출멜과 완벽하게 겹쳐 보였기 때문이라고 하죠. 제작진도 마지못해 수용하는 분위기였지만 뜻밖에도 마이클 더글라스가 이에 강하게 반대하면서 또 한 번 갈등이 생기게 됩니다. 마이클 더글라스는 샤론 스톤이 자신과 급이 맞지 않는다고 생각했습니다. 하지만 지금 와서 생각해보면 샤론 스톤이 아니었다면 다른 배우는 상상하기 힘든데 말이죠.
Yeah. Sharon and I, you know, we're very intimate for a long period. There's a famous line, I can't quite quote it, but it was the bump of the century. And we did the bump of the century for 7 days in bed. Wow. In bed for 7 days, so we knew each other much too well in terms of having to do a scene, you know, nothing else. And she was a pro. Have 10 in all of the scenes what I do with ladies to sort of assume the role, the responsible role of sort of telling them what we're going to do, or you know what I am going to do, or besides the kiss, what else I'm going to touch, or everything else beforehand. Sort of like a fight sequence.
Right.
So you choreographed. It's all choreographed. And then so you start slowly. Then, you know, I'm going to kiss you here. Then we're going to touch you here. Okay. And then you do it slowly. Kiss, touch, boom, kiss, and then all the action.
Starts to flow.
And it makes it look like it all happened improvisationally, but it's all very well choreographed.
Well,
she was great. I did keep an eye out for the ice pick, though. I will admit, you know.
나중에 마이클 더글라스가 밝히길 자신 혼자 이 영화를 책임지는 부담을 지고 싶지 않았다고 합니다. 그래서 흥행과 책임을 함께 나눌 수 있는 A급 여배우와 함께하길 원했다고 하죠. 하지만 여러 우여곡절 끝에 결국 감독 퍼 버번의 선택이 관찰되며 여주인공은 샤론 스톤으로 최종 낙점됩니다.
Could you tell us about the relationship you had with Mr. Bose?
I had sex with him for about 1.5 years. I liked having sex with him. Johnny wasn't afraid to experiment. I like men like that. I like men who give me pleasure. I'd have to be pretty stupid to write a book about killing and then kill somebody the way I described it in my book. I'd be announcing myself as the killer. The answer's no. I didn't kill him.
That scene, my acting teacher, Roy London, said to me, you know, this scene, this is an action movie. And this scene stops all the action. And he said, so every single moment in that scene has to be very specific. You have to be super present and on the moment.
You shouldn't leave your door open.
I didn't. Something's wrong with the lock.
진 트리플호는 원래 샤론 스톤의 친구 락시 역할로 오디션을 봤다고 합니다. 하지만 감독 퍼 버번은 그녀가 그 역할보다는 닥터 베스에 더 잘 어울린다고 판단했고 결국 배역을 바꾸게 됩니다. 이분은 나중에 영화 워터월드에도 출연하시죠.
You've been there, haven't you?
그리고 제가 가장 궁금했던 이 얼굴 넙대대 하신 분, 이분이 연기한 배역은 지방검사 존 커넬리입니다. 바로 조라식 파크 주라기 공원에도 출연해 유명한 배우 웨인 나이트입니다.
Yes, well, how that happened is simply an audition. Going into like you're going to meet Paul Verhoeven, you're going to meet him in a hotel room. Like, you know, I go up the stairs, I'm waiting at the door, and the door opens, and he's there with a camera. Hello, yes, come in. Okay. All right, okay. Let's look into the camera. Okay, all right. Let's look closer. Okay. Now maybe you do a lick with your lips. Okay. I do a lick. All right, good. Maybe you do another lick. Maybe do lick. And I go, lick. Yes. Well, now, maybe you do a third lick. Lick. And I go, lick. Well, no, too many licks.
And this was your reaction, by the way.
That's how I got the job.
This was supposed to be you looking at her in that famous scene. Now, is it true? Because I know people probably ask you many times, what did you see? You were looking into a light box. You nothing, right?
I saw the mat box. I mean, the camera. I got a Panavision camera
in
like
your
an
face.
inch from my face, you know, and everybody else is going wee, and I'm just like, hey, you know, I don't see nothing.
So you didn't see nothing, but you sweated like a pig.
Was she even on the set when you were doing it?
No,
she would.
So that schwitzing.
But can you imagine the sense memory it took to come up with that sweat?
To really feel like you were looking at. And then Spielberg saw you sweating, and you were the first one cast in Jurassic Park?
This is what I was told, that he saw me in Basic Instinct and thought, what if that were a dinosaur instead of a wide open vagina? And so no, literally I got cast.
이 장면 이야기가 나와서 그런데 이 영화에는 꽤 유명한 논란이 하나 있습니다. 샤론 스톤은 자신의 자서전 The Beauty of Living Twice에서 감독 퍼 버번이 흰색 속옷이 빛을 반사한다는 이유로 속옷을 벗어달라고 요청했다고 밝혔습니다. 그리고 카메라에는 아무것도 보이지 않을 것이고 주요 부위는 그림자에 가려질 거라는 설명을 들었다고 주장했죠. 하지만 영화가 완성된 뒤 에이전트와 변호사들이 함께한 상영 자리에서 처음으로 자신의 노출 수위를 확인하게 되었고 그 정도가 생각보다 훨씬 컸다는 사실에 큰 충격을 받았다고 합니다. 상영이 끝난 후 분노한 그녀가 퍼 버번의 뺨을 때리고 상영실을 나갔다는 일화도 참 유명하죠. 다만 이 사건에 대해 퍼 버번의 입장은 꽤 단호합니다.
Sharon Stone claims you tricked her without her knowing into the famous scene in Basic Instinct. Firstly, we'd like to know if that's true. And secondly, why did Michelle Pfeiffer, Gina Davis, Ellen Barkin, and Mariel Hemingway turn down the role of Catherine Trammell? And do you think it would have been a different movie without Sharon Stone as if she wasn't the star?
First of all, of course, it's a lie. Yeah, Sharon lied. I mean, all women here will know that if you put the camera, if you first ask your actress to take her panties off, isn't it? A little slip. Basically, so that you can, and then open your legs and put the camera there, but you will see, isn't it? That basically I had not told her basically that that I was making that shot. But on top of that, Sharon Stone, oh, I don't know if she denies that too. Before we made that, I mean, she had asked me, because everybody's looking, there were these 5 actors there, can we do that at the end of the day? So that basically, I don't mind if the audience sees it inside, but I mind if Michael Douglas and the others. No, I didn't trick her. I said to her, yeah, sure, let's do that. And we did it at the end of the day. Everybody was gone. My DP was there, Jan de Bond, who was no director. And basically, and we shot it. There was 3 people there. But before I shot it, she took her she took her panties off. And basically, then she gave them to me as a present. That is the reality. I mean, she doesn't tell you that, huh? No, she never does. No, but that was the reality. And then we shot it, and she saw it. It was we had video already at that time. So the shots we made, I showed to her on the television that we had. You can replay it, isn't it? So she immediately saw it. She had no problem at all. Perhaps if she was cheated, or perhaps should use to do it that way or be so easy about it, is because I was the director. She really liked me, and basically I'm Dutch, so I don't care about these things so much. The DP that was there, the other guy, was also Dutch. So for us it was like talking about something very normal in Holland, isn't it? And so she might have followed the stream, you know, the flow. Later, of course, when she saw it, together with 20 other people, including all her agents and whatever, then she freaked out suddenly because she realized that she had given a brilliant performance, there's no doubt about that. And they were all afraid immediately after that screening that that one shot would damage her for the rest of her life. And it made her, but basically, so she came immediately up to me and said that has to be taken out. And I said, I don't take it out. You accepted it. I told you beforehand we would do it. And basically, and then she said, oh, I'll sue you. Anyhow, that's the reality. But I mean, let me repeat again basically what I think is most important about the story, that she did a great job, you know.
개인적으로 저는 이 부분에서 퍼 버벤의 설명이 조금 더 납득이 가긴 합니다. 물론 진실은 당사자들만 정확히 알겠지만요. 여러분들은 어떻게 생각하시나요? 그리고 이 장면에는 또 하나의 재밌는 비하인드가 있습니다. 작가 조 에스터하즈는 이 중요한 장면을 쓰지 않았다고 합니다.
You mean that scene brought a lot more attention to me?
Yeah. How did you write that?
Was it before or after? Okay, let me go get into how I wrote that. The previous scene before that scene was the scene where Michael and went to the Stinson Beach house. In that scene, in the script, Michael saw that she wasn't wearing underwear. Right. The interrogation scene, where the whole world saw that she wasn't wearing underwear, was Paul's notion. But the script didn't do that. It did in the previous scene. So when I first saw the finished product with my now grown son Steve, he was about 17. We were in Marin County at a theater, and we walked out, and Steve said, "My God, Pops, how did you write that scene?" That was just an amazing scene. And I had a choice. I could either lie to him or tell the truth. So I said, "Mano, it wasn't in my script. I know how much you love it, and I know people are going to go crazy, but I didn't write it." And then he said, "You mean the director wrote it?" This is like death to me. And I said, "Well, yes, he did. He did write it." Having said that, I think it was brilliant of Paul to do it that way.
I mean, when I said I wanted to make money, after I made $500,000 on Basic Instinct and Michael made $14 million, and then I said on the next movie, maybe I could make $2. And they said, "No, women don't make over $1." And I said, "That doesn't seem fair. I'm not going to do that." And they said, "Oh, yes, you are." And I said, No, I don't think so. And then I thought of my dad, and I talked to my dad, and my dad said, "You don't have to do anything." And I said, "Well, what am I going to do?" well, what will happen if I don't work? He said, you have the biggest hit movie in the world. Let's see if you don't work.
그 다음에 셰런 스톤은 바로 다음 작품인 슬리버에서 250만 달러를 받고 출연했습니다.
The white dress, Basic Instinct. We can't have Sharon Stone and not ask. Where's the dress now? Do you still have it?
Good question.
I do. There were 3 of them. There was the one that I wore in the rain, the one that I wore like around, and the one that I wore in the interrogation room. My wardrobe is in my contract, so I gave the rain one to a charity to raise money for homeless women and children.
Wow.
The second one is in a museum on a hologram of me.
Nice.
And the third one is in my safe, the one that I wore in the interrogation room. When I took it off, I zipped it up in a plastic bag and I broke the zipper thing off of it.
So no one could ever open it.
So no one can ever open it. It's never been worn. It's never been seen again. I broke the zipper tag off of it. I rolled it up and it's in my safe.
뭐 좀 마시겠어? 커피라도.
괜찮아요.
변호사도 동행하셨죠? 변호사는 안 부른답니다. 여긴 금연구역입니다, 트러멜 양.
담배 피운다고 기소라도 할 건가요?
언니, 샴푸하자.
영화가 생각날 땐
Is she a suspect? She's a suspect.
You like playing games, don't you?
Games are fun.
Beyond passion. She was the last person seen with the guy.
I didn't kill him.
Beyond pleasure.
You're in over your head.
I like it.
Stay away from her. Freeze! Lies an even deadlier instinct.
Come on! You are out of control, Kern.
You'll just fall in love with me.
I'm in love with you already, but I'll nail you anyway.
Basic Instinct. Rated R. Starts Friday, March 20th at a theater near you.